top 10 craziest American performance cars of 2026. These things are insane. There was a time when an American performance car meant one thing: a big engine, a loud exhaust, and enough torque to make the rear tires question their life choices. But 2026 is different, because sitting on American roads right now are machines that can challenge supercars, luxury sedans that can break the 3-second barrier, and SUVs carrying 3 rows of passengers while hiding enough horsepower to embarrass sports cars. And the wildest part? Some of these cars still have a manual transmission. Others make more than 1,000 horsepower. And one of them has already proven itself around the Nürburgring. So, from affordable V8 muscle to genuine American supercar territory, here are 10 of the craziest American performance cars of 2026. And trust me, the top of this list gets ridiculous. Number 10. Ford Mustang GT. Let's start with a car that doesn't need an exotic price tag to make a statement. The 2026 Ford Mustang GT is still one of the purest expressions of American performance. Under that familiar long hood sits Ford's naturally aspirated 5.0-liter Coyote V8, producing 480 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque. With the available active valve performance exhaust, output rises to 486 horsepower and 418 pound-feet. And unlike many modern performance cars, the Mustang GT remains rear-wheel drive and still offers a 6-speed manual transmission. Visually, it mixes the classic Mustang silhouette with a much more aggressive modern face. Wide stance, sharp LED lighting, and a cockpit built around digital displays. It isn't the fastest car here. It isn't the most expensive. But that's exactly why it belongs on this list. The Mustang GT is the gateway to everything that comes next. Number 9. Cadillac CT4-V Blackwing. Now imagine taking the idea of a luxury sedan and injecting it with pure American aggression. That's the CT4-V Blackwing. Under the hood is a 3.6-liter twin-turbo V6 producing 472 horsepower and 445 pound-feet of torque. Cadillac offers it with a 6-speed manual transmission, while a 10-speed automatic is also available. It can hit 60 miles per hour in about 3.9 seconds, and Cadillac rates its track speed above 189 miles per hour. Inside, however, the Blackwing doesn't feel like a stripped-down race car. You get performance-focused seats, carbon fiber details, premium audio, modern displays, and the kind of luxury you'd expect from Cadillac. Starting around $63,600, it offers something increasingly rare: serious performance without giving up the experience of driving a real luxury sedan. And if 472 horsepower sounds impressive, wait until the next Cadillac. Number 8. Ford Mustang Dark Horse. The Mustang GT is the classic. The Dark Horse is the warning. Ford takes the 5.0-liter Coyote V8 and pushes it to 500 horsepower and 418 pound-feet of torque. But the Dark Horse isn't simply a Mustang with more power. Ford gives it performance-focused hardware, aggressive styling, upgraded brakes, and track-oriented engineering. There's also a 6-speed Tremec manual available, making this one of the few modern American performance cars that still lets the driver control every shift. The front end looks more serious, the stance is wider, and the whole car carries the attitude of something that was built to spend weekends at a racetrack. And that's what makes the Dark Horse special. It isn't trying to be a supercar. It's trying to make a Mustang feel like a weapon. Number 7. Dodge Charger SIXPACK. Dodge had a difficult decision to make. The muscle car world was changing, but Dodge wasn't ready to surrender the Charger name. So instead of simply looking backward, Dodge went forward with a new six-pack twin-turbo inline-six. For 2026, the Charger SIXPACK uses the high-output 3.0-liter six-pack engine, producing 550 horsepower and 531 pound-feet of torque with standard all-wheel drive. Dodge targets a 3.9-second 0 to 60 time. And here's where things get interesting. The new Charger can still be ordered as a 2-door or 4-door, while 4-door versions offer hidden hatch practicality. The SIXPACK starts at about $54,995, making it one of the most powerful cars available below $55,000. Some traditionalists may miss the old Hemi. But the six-pack proves Dodge isn't leaving the performance game quietly. Number 6. Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. Now we enter Corvette territory. The Stingray is technically the entry point to the modern Corvette lineup, and calling it an entry-level sports car feels almost ridiculous. The 2026 Stingray uses a 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8, producing up to 495 horsepower with the available performance exhaust. With the available Z51 package, Chevrolet claims a 2.9-second 0 to 60 time and a 194 miles per hour track top speed. Starting price is around $70,000. And remember what you're looking at. This isn't a six-figure exotic. It's a mid-engine American sports car with dramatic proportions, a driver-focused cockpit, and enough performance to make expensive European machinery uncomfortable. But the Stingray isn't even the craziest Corvette here. Not remotely. Number 5. Cadillac CT5-V Blackwing. If the CT4 Blackwing is a small missile, the CT5-V Blackwing is the full-size American war machine. Under its hood is a hand-built 6.2-liter supercharged V8 producing 668 horsepower and 659 pound-feet of torque. Cadillac claims 0 to 60 in just 3.4 seconds, with a top track speed above 200 miles per hour. And yes, you can still get a 6-speed manual. That's the part that makes this car special. You can carry passengers. You can drive it every day. You can enjoy heated and massaging seats, premium materials, modern technology, and Cadillac's enormous 33-inch horizon display. Then you press the accelerator. Suddenly, the luxury sedan disappears, and the supercharged V8 takes over. The 2026 CT5-V Blackwing starts around $98,900. It's expensive, but it might also be one of the last great American supercharged V8 sedans. And that makes it far more important than its number suggests. Number 4. Chevrolet Corvette Z06. The Z06 doesn't need a turbocharger. It doesn't need a supercharger. It doesn't even need an electric motor. It simply needs RPM. Behind the driver sits Chevrolet's naturally aspirated 5.5-liter flat plane crank V8, producing 670 horsepower. Chevrolet says the Z06 can reach 60 miles per hour in as little as 2.6 seconds, with a starting price around $120,300 for 2026. This is where the Corvette stops feeling like an American sports car and starts feeling like an American-built supercar. The wide body, massive aerodynamic surfaces, performance brakes, aggressive wheels, and exotic proportions all exist for one reason: speed. And because the engine is naturally aspirated, the experience is different. You don't wait for boost. You chase the tachometer. And when that V8 climbs toward its upper limits, the sound becomes part of the experience. But somehow, 3 cars on this list are still more extreme. Number 3. Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat. Now, for something completely unreasonable. A 3-row SUV with a Hellcat engine. The 2026 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat brings a supercharged 6.2-liter Hemi V8 producing 710 horsepower and 645 pound-feet of torque. And yes, this is still an SUV with room for passengers. For 2026, Dodge lists the SRT Hellcat starting around $79,995, with the Hellcat jailbreak starting around $80,990. This is the kind of vehicle that makes no logical sense. You can load people inside, you can carry cargo, and then you can unleash more than 700 horsepower. That's exactly why enthusiasts love it. It's not pretending to be sensible. It's an American performance SUV built around one simple philosophy. Why not? Number 2. Ford Mustang GT. This isn't just another Mustang. Ford built the Mustang GTD to prove that an American production car could attack the world's most serious performance machines. And it worked. The 2026 Mustang GT produces 815 horsepower from a supercharged 5.2-liter V8 and can reach a claimed 202 miles per hour. But the number that really changed the conversation is its Nürburgring lap. The Mustang GT recorded 6 minutes and 40.8 7.35 seconds, becoming the first American production car to break the 7-minute barrier there. This car isn't built like an ordinary Mustang. It uses extensive carbon fiber construction, race-derived suspension, massive brakes, aerodynamic bodywork, and advanced rear suspension. Ford even designed a suspension system so the ride height can drop by 40 millimeters for track use. Inside, the cockpit feels more like a race machine than a traditional Mustang. And with a top speed of 202 miles per hour, the GTD is operating in a completely different universe. But there is still one American machine that can make 815 horsepower look almost ordinary. Number 1. Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. 1,064 horsepower. Read that number again. The 2026 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 takes a twin-turbocharged 5.5-liter flat-plane crank V8 and turns it into one of the most outrageous production engines America has ever built. It produces 828 pound-feet of torque. It can hit 60 miles per hour in as little as 2.3 seconds. And with the ZTK Performance Package, Chevrolet lists a track top speed of 233 miles per hour. Starting price is around $185,000. This isn't simply the fastest Corvette. It represents something bigger. For decades, American performance cars were often judged against Europe. Now the Corvette ZR1 is forcing the comparison in the opposite direction. Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren, Porsche. These are the names people traditionally associate with this territory. And yet here comes a Chevrolet wearing the Corvette badge, producing 4-digit horsepower from a production V8. The ZR1 doesn't ask whether America belongs in the supercar conversation. It simply arrives with 1,064 horsepower and changes the question. Final verdict. 10 cars. 10 completely different interpretations of American performance. From the Mustang GT, which keeps the V8 dream relatively accessible, to the outrageous Durango Hellcat. From Cadillac's supercharged Blackwings to Dodge's new twin-turbo six-pack. And finally, from the Mustang GT to the 1,064 horsepower Corvette ZR1. The biggest surprise isn't how powerful these cars have become. It's that American performance is still evolving. The engines are changing. The technology is changing. The competition is getting tougher. But that American obsession with speed, that part isn't going anywhere. So now I want to hear from you. Which one would you take home? The Mustang GT, the CT5-V Blackwing, the Durango Hellcat, or the 1,064 horsepower Corvette ZR1? If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more American car reviews, upcoming reveals, concept cars, automotive news, and future performance machines. And if you spotted something I missed or got wrong, let me know in the comments. Because the next American performance machine could be even crazier. And if you think this list is wild, just wait until you see what comes next.